So there's this man by the name of Janky Lanky, and he's got quite an unassuming question. Are there more wheels or doors in the world? There is a correct answer. And I was like, well, obviously, there's more doors. How dumb are these people? So I went to the comments, and I was shook. Door believers, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to leave. Go ahead and walk out the door that you love so much. He says, there's more wheels than doors. I couldn't believe my eyes. So after writing a very, very mean comment, I decided I was just gonna have to check myself. So a quick Google search later, how many doors exist? I found one article. An article that was done by someone. And looking at this, it looks like they did the math. This was originally a question asked by a doorknob manufacturer, just out of curiosity. I mean, when your entire life is doorknobs, you gotta know something about the doors, don't you? So, this person took the population per continent. As you can see, it's all right here. Antarctica, vastly underestimated. There's gotta be like 20 people there, like scientists. Now, we'll estimate the number of houses per person for each continent, related to family size, existence of work, office, and administration buildings, along with the number of doors per house and office. Now, I don't know exactly how they did this, but it looks like they did some form of math, figuring out how many doors there should be. And according to him, it gives us an estimated total of 13,070,390,000 doors. It's almost 2 doors per person. Yet another quick Google search later, I discovered that there are about 1.42 billion cars in operation. It's not looking good. I'm just saying, it's not looking good. It really isn't. So now that we know how many cars are there, we need to figure something out. Because pretty clearly, if you just look at cars, there's cars with 4 wheels, cars with 6 wheels, cars with 2 wheels, some with 2 doors, some with 4 doors, some with no doors. So how are we gonna do this? Yet another quick Google search later, I discovered motorcycles. Motorcycles are a type of vehicle that's only got 2 wheels but no doors. This could vastly help out. The amount of the wheels to door ratio. Now, according to this, in 2014, there was 6.94% of families in the world had a motorcycle. And in 2018, 4 years later, there's 8.02%. That is about a gain of 1%. So assuming that it keeps the same percent growth 4 years later in 2022, there should be about 9% of people in the world with motorcycles. So, according to this, the 1.42 billion cars in the world, we're gonna put that in 127,800,000 motorcycles in the world. Multiply that by 2, and we get 255,600,000 motorcycle wheels in the world. So this is including the America thing. This is vastly off how much house doors there are. Okay? So these are the total. 255,600,000 wheels and this amount of houses. So I tried doing my usual method of Googling how many such and such there are. But there doesn't seem to be any info about how much semi-trucks there are. So, I'm not kidding about this. I don't have video proof, but I'm not kidding about this. I went on my highway. I literally stood on the side of my highway and looked. And I counted how many such and such cars I saw. I saw exactly 2 motorcycles pass, 15 semis, and the rest were just normal cars. Now, I don't know. I assumed there'd be more, but semis have got a lot of wheels. They can have up to 16 wheels, so we'll just do that in 2 doors. So, if 15% of all cars in the world go back to our calculator, there was a total of 1.42 billion cars. So, we get a total of 213 million semis. Times that by 16, we get 3,408,000,000 semi-truck wheels. Now add that to the amount of motorcycle wheels, we get this. And this is still the house wheels, the house doors. Starting to look up. Or is it? Because if we go back to the amount of semi-trucks we had, which was 213 million to 13 million, and then multiply that by 2, we get 426 million more doors. Add that to the amount of doors, and it's not looking good. So, the remaining, we'll say motorcycles are about 9%, plus 15%. That gives us a total of 24% of cars we've already measured. So the last 76% of the 1.42 billion cars, this is the remaining amount of cars. 1,079,200,000 cars. Now, as I said earlier, some cars have 4 wheels and 2 doors. Some cars have 6 wheels and 2 doors. Or 4 doors. So, for the amount of doors we're going to estimate here, we're going to put 3. And the amount of wheels, we'll put it at 5. Okay? So, for wheels, we get times 5. We get 5,396,000,000 more wheels. Add that here. It's kind of getting close. So finally, if we multiply this by 3, we get the final bit of doors. So Janky Lanky, I'm pretty sure I've already done the math in my head, but I'm gonna get one last image, one last little spreadsheet of all the knowledge I've gotten, and prove you wrong once and for all, Janky Lanky. In conclusion, Janky Lanky, there are 9,059,600,000 wheels. And there are 16,733,950,000 doors. So, Janky Lanky, if you do not understand how big of a difference that is, the difference is 7,674,350,000 of difference. This is not including toys, because obviously I can't calculate that, but I don't even think it would matter. So, Janky Lanky, checkmate.